Let me set this water first. Or should I? Should I set the water first? It's supposed to rain in a little bit, but ain't gonna be no haps. It looks cloudy and overcast, but it ain't gonna happen. I got a bunch of buds on my Jamaican cherry. That one that did, and then I gave it water. So the flower fell off, but oh shit, it is raining. It ain't gonna rain though, it ain't gonna be that much. Sonny got another round of fruit. These are some heavy raindrops. I don't know if you can see them, but they're pretty fat. Yeah, I got a few drops hitting me, not too much. Here's Willona. I do see a melon there. Here's Rose, my red onions. I'm using the hell out of the green tops. Kimberly, still producing fruit. I cut these two, I harvested those two for my relatives. Here's my starter table. The purple tree collards on either side have no damage. Cabbage moth season is a wrap, and I'm glad about it. Esther, she has six fruit on her, so I'll get to taste her hopefully. She hasn't turned red though. I have more fruit flowering on this pepper. It looks like this one is going to, here's another, I would say it's going to need all of the room it can get, because these peppers are bigger than I anticipated they would be. This string bean is pretty much spent, so I'm going to harvest those couple of beans on it and take it down, and then replant a big kahuna in there and see how that does inside. These are my Tom Thumb peas. I'm just going to let them do what they do because I'm growing them for fresh seeds. The seeds are years old, and so these are really taking their time developing. Okay, this is Kimberly also. This is how she's doing in the pot. So she is not getting as big as she will in a larger pot, but she did get really big, a nice size. And she looks like she might be starting to blush. So this might be ready to harvest as a green tomato, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let these get red because they look like they might hold some nice flavor. My string beans over there. Here's moringa. I can probably harvest a couple of leaves, so I'm going to do that. BB's kids. The okra never popped up. The season had passed. My okra clearly just going to pop up when it's season to pop up, and that's it, nothing else. I need to plant all of these tips, all these tip cuttings I'll be planting. Cucumber that I thinned out. I'm just going to pull it, I think, but I do have some new cucumbers starting. I keep going back and forth on whether I want to pull this plant. As mentioned, cher has some blooms, some buds on her, so I'll be looking forward to tasting her fruit, hopefully this season, if not next season for sure, but I think I will get a couple of fruit. String beans again. I need to pull these viola in front. They look real nasty, real stank. Kimberly again. Here are my string beans here and here. I want to plant some new, again, some kahunas and have them growing up here. My pepper, first fruit on it. Can you guess what pepper it is? Y'all guess. This is Sonny. Speaking of, that's where Sonny came from. Her. Kimberly again. This is the mother. The only thing that's growing, well, I can't say that. Let me not shade this. Again, I'm going to replace my string beans, my tenderettes with the kahunas. These carrots are about ready, I think. I think several of them are. So I'm just going to pull a couple and see what's good and maybe take them to Mister's family. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plant my other lettuce starts in this bed, and then I'll just replace them wherever I want them to be. Here's Vina, growing up big and strong. Here's the purple sprouting broccoli. It's doing a little thing or so. String beans again with the violas on the ends. Because I already told y'all that I feel like they've been harvesting my doggone. I'm gonna have to start them indoors next time. That's okay, because I think they'll keep producing for the next week or two. Here is Kimberly, doing really well. Video this weekend about how I prune my tomatoes with chard. Amaranth I topped off and letting the side shoots give me a little something toward the end of this season. Yeah, I don't think I'm growing her next year. I'm growing her this year because of Fox, so y'all blame Fox. I blame Foxy. Isn't that beautiful? It's so nice when cabbage moth season is over. Oop. See, I don't like that. I heard some bullshit. There's one ready. I need to bring those down. Come on down here. I see 2 pods. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them early. They came from those little purple flowers. Those were the only 2 flowers, and therefore the only 2 peas. So I'm eating them. They alright. They're young and tender. So look, all that is vine, and no peas. What the hell? And if we're gonna go there, this is vine, and no tomato. Got any tomatoes popping off? No. No fruit, no fruit, no fruit. I want to get those callaloo seeds, but it's seeding there at the top. I only have one that I let do that. The rest of these I chopped off before they had an opportunity to. I need to come harvest these side branches. I have lots of fruit and flower going on with the ajvarski. We're about to get to see what she tastes like. We're about to get to see what olive peppers taste like, except for the one that never germinated. This is black cherry. This might be Cher's last year with us because Sonny came and knocked her out the box. Ain't that something? Sonny came and knocked her out the box. So we're going to say a hearty goodbye to Cher. We were really grateful for her fruitful bounty. Look at all that. It looked like a doggone bunch of grapes. Ooh, so many. So, but this is going to be her last year because we're going to put Sonny over here and we're going to tuck her in the ground and let her go nuts. We're going to chop her back, as a matter of fact, and then hopefully I won't have so much to tangle with during the end of the season. But I did keep her pruned really well this year because I remembered the drama I dealt with last year. Here's Amara. I love how beautifully these side stalks have shot up. That's going to be a nice, quite a bit of food. I'm excited about it. Same over here. Just need to let it fill in. Why do these carrot tops look like this? Look at that. I'm going to come and cut those off because I don't know why it looks like that. I ain't growing you next year, girl. You funky. And I bet you them Floridays will get pretty nice and big. Foxy brought to my attention that if they were geared for Florida and we don't have the growing season that Florida has, that might contribute to why that grew weird. But yeah, I got a few cucumbers that want to do their thing. Yeah, you going to the in-laws this weekend, girl. I don't know, but I am going to come through and harvest all of these side branches where I just have the stalks standing up. Several ajvarskis. It looks like it's pretty prolific. Oh, something got in a fight. Ooh, some birds was fighting for their life. Yo, feathers all over there. Yo, I expect to see a dead bird. Yo, what was over here? What was fighting for his life? Oh man. It actually starts at that end. I saw it at the brick bed, but it starts at that end. It comes all the way over here. There's a one. Yeah. Something was fighting for its life. It looked like it was probably a dove. Probably was. It probably waited to the last minute to try to run from whatever was coming after it. Look at that. This is in front of the evergreens. Ooh. You know, I heard something a little early. Wasn't sure what it was. Oh, look, these were all the callaloo seeds planted themselves. Probably maybe 3 of those are not callaloo, and the rest are. I decided to go ahead and leave this right here. See what it do. I think mulberries fruit pretty quickly, so rather than just go and purchase me one, I think I'll let the ones that the birds planted see how fruitful they get. Purple sprouting broccoli. And it is now doing something. Foxy said, wait till the temperature's dropping and she might do a little something, and she is. She's about 2.5 feet tall. Mr. just mowed the lawn. He said he was only going to do the back, but I hear him doing the front as well. Here is Walona. I decided to pick her vines up and put her inside the pot, and I think I'll make that a practice next year when I grow these, to have the vine top itself until I see fruit set, and then I'll decide where it's gonna go, if it's too long, if it's long enough to go onto the ground, or if I need to keep the fruit in the actual pot until it's, big enough to fend for itself. So right now, one fruit on here, and I do see more flowers forming. These are crawling up this netting, which I guess is fine, because I don't want it to touch the ground. When it touches the ground, it seems like that's when the bunnies get to it and start eating off the whole ass flowers. And where there are no flowers, there is no fruit. This is Rose. She was struggling all season. This is my last year growing her outside. I'm going to see how well she does as an indoor plant, because she's only beneficial for me in terms of my availability as tea with the leaves. And I'll let you know what I use that for. It proved to be very effective, and it's not, I just heard that you could use them as tea. As a herbal tea, beneficial, nutrient-rich herbal tea. I did not hear the specific recommendations for the condition with which it helps me. But anywho, this is Kimberly again. She has a few fruit on her. These are starting to swell. They seem like they already should have swelled, but I cut the twins off either side of her, so left her to either turn or grow and turn or whatever she's gonna do. Oh, whatever she's gonna do. My string beans up there, red onions. I can see them getting really nice sized bulbs. This is Pepper. She's coming along. It is August and she just now showing me a little something. So I don't know what her deal was this season, but it was a deal breaker. Oregano on all four of these sides here. These are my Tom Thumb peas. This one is popping up. So maybe these other ones will as well. I'm going to go ahead and let them grow. Most of them grow to age so that I can get fresh seeds. This is my vitiligo opal. This is Esther. She has only about 6 fruit, but it's just enough for me to be able to see what it tastes like. This is Kimberly. She's doing really nicely in this pot. Of course, the fruit don't get as big as they do in what I call a tree pot, but they do get a very nice size. You know, look at here. Still a very nice size tomato. Hazel. She's doing well. These are my cucumbers that I really need to pull and go ahead and put maybe my tree collards in, but I just don't have it in me to pull them because since I thin out its excess branches, the fruit is now developing like it's supposed to, so it's going to be hard for me to pull that. This is cher. I'm going to hone in on her, show you what she's doing. Here and here. Also a bud. So there are several throughout the tree, so I'm just leaving it alone and let it do what it do. We all know how she feels about getting water, so I let her drop her yellow leaf periodically when she wants to, and I do not take that as a sign that she is thirsty. I'll leave her to her own. These are my string beans, suffering succotash. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the last of these. Look. So since this is turning yellow, are these also not ripe? These don't seem to be swelling. These other beans don't seem to be swelling, and the flowers are yellow. So I'm gonna harvest the rest of these string beans and pull both these plants and start all over in that bag. This is Kimberly. She's looking really healthy in the foliage department. Not very many tomatoes, because this is the one that only had that one tomato to show for it. And now I'm looking at 3, 6, 10 tomatoes on this plant, although there are still some flowering branches. More string beans. Gonna harvest and pull the plants, I believe, and just start all the way the hell over. Sunny. Everything could use a feeding. It ain't ready, so it's not gonna be its best. Y'all, I was all ready to talk shit about Sunny, but Sunny is my favorite tomato to snack on fresh off the plant in the garden. You know, taking them inside and saving them for a couple of hours, or even eating them a couple of hours later after they've been inside and stored, or even after they've been frozen or whatever. The skin gets tough, but directly off the plant, the skin is not as tough either. So I really, really enjoy her as a grazing tomato in the garden. She's my favorite thing to really harvest off of and just eat as I peruse the garden. And so I'm going to grow her in the ground next year. And so this is going to be an opportunity for me to grow something else up here. I can't wait for her to turn. Seems like she ought to be turning pretty soon. Purple sprouting of broccoli. I need to stake that up. There's no way around it anymore. I have stood up my purple sprouting broccoli. I should probably harvest those 3 top leaves because that's really putting some weight on it. As I was saying, can't wait for my beautiful new pepper to be ripe so that I can taste it. I can taste it raw, and I can taste it smoked and steamed and stewed in all kinds of ways. Purple sprouting broccoli, who grew and grew and grew, but you know, it has not thrived until like now. And so I'm seeing these leaves come off the sides of it. And eventually, I presume I will get purple sprouting broccoli. String beans, need to harvest those, pull them, and then start my kahunas. BB, I'm letting her be great. I want her leaves to get as long and thick and full as possible. The creme brulee. She has multiple fruit growing on her. I'd say maybe 15 fruit on her. Need to harvest some side branches for some tea and also to propagate rows indoors. You know, this is a mirror setup, so Walona is also over here. I thought I saw a few fruit. See how these ends got eaten up? And I feel like the flowers were eaten as well. The Swiss chard that was over here did not make it. I think it went down in a hailstorm. And honey, I have never known a Swiss chard to be defeated by weather or anything else, but that one over there was defeated by weather. So I'm gonna come and replace it. I did plant more sugar beets. Hey. Okay, same story over here. I tried to replant this thick viola other spots, but it still comes up regular, so I don't know what magical thing happened right here. But it happened there, and there only. Vervina being great. So again, she too at the end of the season should have a nice harvest. This one as well. I'm gonna pull these lower thick leaves. I think that has prevented these from getting stalkier. Hopefully that'll make this grow out longer and stalkier. I'm gonna come out here and feed again. I'm letting that mulberry grow. I wonder if it's gonna fruit next year. I'm curious if it's gonna fruit next year. I doubt it though, frankly. But yeah. These are my lower leaves. This is what I want them to grow up into, big, lush, green, fragrant, lemony. It smells like lemon head candy. I see you, girl. I know. I know, baby girl. I know. What'd you say? My baby had her hoo-ha hat. You had your little hoo-ha hat. She's healing beautifully.